In the previous lecture, we learned about series RLC circuit. In this lecture, we will learn about the parallel RLC circuits. So parallel RLC circuits, that R, L and C will be in parallel to each other. And you must know that in parallel, the currents are different and the potential will be same. So whatever the voltage you are applying here or the potential, it will be same across a resistance, inductor and capacitor. Remember, the resonance conditions will always remain same. So here also XL must be equals to XC for the resonance. So then it will be purely resistive impedance. So then it will be R here. So the impedance is maximum, the current is minimum. Why it's going like this here? Because it's in parallel form. Okay. So now for the series we were using impedance to be minimum, because XL equals to XC, there was making the impedance to be minimum. Here when we are using XL equals to XC, then it's making the impedance maximum. Okay, so the impedance is maximum, the current is minimum. So then you can see the curve will be something like this. So it will be Z max equals to R if you are plotting with respect to Z, the resonant frequency, and it will act as a band reject filter. Series RLC circuit was behaving like a band pass filter because it was passing certain frequencies in this form. Sorry, I forgot to use the pointer, because it was the circuit in series RLC circuit was of this form, like I'm moving this pointer, so it was like this. So it was a band pass of certain range from here to here, and this one is basically a band reject filter because it is passing information, band reject, because it is rejecting this particular band. So at omega equals to 0, we know that XL will be equals to 0, omega equals to infinite, XC will be equals to 1 upon omega C will be equals to 0. So when Z maximum, I is minimum, as I told you earlier. So I minimum we are using is IRMS, root mean square value, and we are using as VRMS value, root mean square value. The values which you must know from the electrical circuits, that why we use the root mean square values. If you don't know, then you can put in the comments and I explain in one lecture. So if you apply KCL at node, I highlighted that node in the figure. So I will be equals to IR plus IL plus IC. So we can say, as the potential is same in the parallel circuit, it will be V divided by R plus V divided by XL plus V divided by XC. So it will be V, and this is the value of XL is equals to 1 upon J omega L, and XC is equals to 1 divided by J omega C. So it will be J omega C here. So you take J common, so then it will become omega C minus 1 upon J omega L. So we can say it's I is equals to V into Y, and Y we are calling as admittance. What is admittance? Admittance is exactly reciprocal of your impedance in the circuit. So Y is equals to 1 divided by R plus J bracket omega C minus 1 divided by omega L. At resonance frequency, current is minimum. For I to be minimum, Y minimum is required. So that is if omega C minus 1 upon omega L equals to 0. So Y minimum will be equals to 1 by R. There the impedance, therefore the maximum impedance is equals to R, and then angular frequency using this will be equals to 1 divided by LC is resonant frequency. The frequency, you know, this will be 1 divided by 2 pi root LC. Omega equals to 0 at omega L equals to 0, short circuit. Omega equals to infinite at XC equals to 1 upon 1 divided by omega c is equals to short circuit at infinite. Now therefore the circuit behaves an inductive circuit at low frequencies, as xc is at low frequencies, as it's basically xl greater than xc here. So it's xl greater than xc, and therefore I lags voltage. When I'm saying lags voltage in terms of phase, the potential is uh, ahead of your current. For higher frequencies, active xc will act as a short circuit, and xc is greater than xl. So this term will come here, and here it will come as xl greater than xc. Therefore, when xc is greater than xl, then the current leads voltage circuit behaves as a capacitive circuit. Now, if we plot I with respect to omega, if this is my resonant frequency, and for different quality factors we are plotting it. So we are using three different quality factors, q, and q3 is greater than q2 is greater than q1. Then the curve will be of this form for q1, q2 for this, and q3 for this. So the better selectivity will be at higher quality of factor. And as I told you earlier also, the better is quality, the better is tunability of the circuit. So you can actually hear what the information is. So the quality of the service is better, the the circuit is better. So we can say as quality factor increases, band reduces. When I'm saying band, so in a particular band it exactly reject the information, and for the remaining band it can pass the information. So suppose you want to uh, block a certain frequency from which the receiver don't wants to hear anything, then you will use this, the quality factor, to be as high as possible. Or you can say your R3 must be greater than R2 greater than R1. Okay, so quality factor is, as I told you, 2 pi into energy stored per cycle divided by energy dissipated per cycle. For the quality factor which we calculated for series RLC circuit, this term cycle was missing. So this cycle, when you use with 2 pi, so it's basically it changed to your omega, because cycle means your frequency. So it will be omega into energy stored per cycle for this thing. So it becomes power dissipated. Okay. So then I, as we are using is I max, and we are using the IRMS value of it. So IRMS is equals to I max divided by root 2, and VRMS is equals to V max divided by root 2. So as we know that the energy stored across the inductor is half Li square, and across the capacitor is half CV square. So we can say it equals to Li square RMS or CV square RMS. Therefore omega is equals to q is equals to omega into CV square RMS divided by I square RMS into R. Or if you need to write in terms of potential, then it will be V square RMS divided by R. This will cancel with each other. So q will be equals to omega CR. If you want to write in terms of reactance, then it will be R divided by XC and R divided by XL, as XC is equals to XL. So at resonance we know, as we know that XC is equals to this, XL equals to this, XC is equals to XL. With resistance, quality factor also increases as shown in figure. Now if you want to find the bandwidth of this circuit, then I1 equals to I2 equals to root 2 of minimum. So there in the series we were using I max divided by root 2. Here we will use I minimum into root 2. I1 and I2 are the points where the point is power is double as compared to resonant frequency or the point of minus 3 dB decay. There the power was half. Here the power is double because the graph is now this form, and there the graph was of this form. Means this is like a valley, and in that one it was like a mountain here. Okay. So if you need to calculate omega 2 minus omega 1 equals to delta omega, the bandwidth, similar calculations will be used as we done in series RLC circuit. The difference will be that now when you are using impedance, it will be you are using admittance here. So omega 2 will be equals to this, and omega 1 will be equals to this. So omega 2 minus omega 1 will be 1 upon RC, 1 divided by RC. Again omega 1 and omega 2 will be equals to, into omega 2 will be equals to 1 by LC, and omega R is root of this. So the resonant frequencies are same. Obviously the range are different for series and parallel circuit. And then you just put these values in your finding the values of Q, IL, IC. I pointed out the things here, and then you can find out your inductive current, capacitive current, quality factor. So from this we can say that the magnitude of the current across capacitor and inductor are magnified by a factor Q, as they are I into Q. Parallel RLC circuit is known as current magnifier circuit, because the current is we are supplying is I, and across inductor it becomes I into Q, across capacitor it becomes I into Q. So that's why basically the current is magnified. Series RLC circuit is known as voltage magnifier circuit. So in parallel resonance circuit, voltage and current are in phase, impedance is maximum, current is minimum. Current will act as a band stop filter or band reject filter. Now for the test one, the basic knowledge of communication will come in the first chapter. These two, series and parallel resonance circuit, and the next topic in the course syllabus is your filters. But I don't want you to make more analysis of the circuit, so that's why instead of covering the filters, the next topic will be modulation. It's basically how you send the signal on the communication channel. So that will also be the part of your test one. So the test one will be in the somewhere between 20 and 27th of March, and I'll inform you on the group. So we can discuss the time, as I've asked from you about what time you will be suitable for everyone to write the test. And I want you to send me the message if you don't have any Blackboard access now. I want everyone to make sure that they have a Blackboard access. Okay, thank you, and please go through everything. I'll put a tutorial based on these topics.